Packers Seahawks. Green Bay's -3 on the road. Over unders 46 in this game. This feels like a vintage. I feel like we saw so many Packers Seahawks games like in the afternoon Fox slot, like growing up, in the 2010s and whatnot.
Matt Hasselbeck versus Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Doug Baldwin just had a huge game for my fantasy team.
Even like Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, like just those vintage matchups. 9-4 Packers, 8-5 Seahawks. The Seahawks are now in the contention of where the Commanders aren't comfortable at all at this point.
No. The Seahawks have looked better.
Why would that matter for the Seahawks?
Because if the Seahawks even lose their division, they could still make the wild card.
Okay. I was going to say, wouldn't the Commanders be more worried about the Rams or the
I think both Cardinals? Of them. I think it's got to be both the Rams and the Seahawks. Maybe not the Cardinals at this point.
Yeah, Cardinals.
They have the head-to-head over them too. But anyhow, where are we going, Connor? Packers.
Yeah, I'll be quick here. This one's hard for me because Seattle's on their 4-game win streak right now. They've beaten San Francisco, Arizona twice, and the Jets. So it's like, yes, they've looked a lot better, but you look at who they've played. It's hard for me to get behind that. The first 10 weeks of the year, Seattle was 21st in EPA per play. Last 4 games, 2nd in EPA per play allowed on defense. So their defense has really stepped up over the last, 4 or 5 games. However, Packers have been running the ball a lot lately. Seattle's rush defense is pretty good. This was so hard to handicap. I think Green Bay has looked pretty good the last few weeks, though. I think on the road, Sunday Night Football, I'm going to trust Jordan Love just because the Seahawks, even though they've looked better, you look at who they've played. It's hard for me to put much credence into that. Love no picks over the last 3 games. He's been taking care of the ball. I like the Packers here.
It's very tough for me to take a side.
This was the hardest game for me to preview on this show. I really don't feel strongly about either side.
100%.
Jordan Love, so I have a stat here. Jordan Love has thrown deep, so that's 20-plus air yards. At the second highest rate in the NFL, 14.6%. This is kind of crazy, even though we're not talking about him. Anthony Richardson's first, 22.3% of his throws are deep passes. Jordan Love second. Jordan Love is second at 14.6.
Quarterback power, an 80-yard pass down the field, and pray that Alec Pierce is down there.
Alec Pierce comes down with it. Love has completed 19 of his 48 deep passes, 40% for 745 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. That's second to Sam Darnold, who has 871. I think I'm going to pat myself on the back because I haven't yet. Christian Watson under receptions over yards hit on Thanksgiving. And that's usually like a 10-1 type deal. Now I had a boost that I added Jordan Love under passing yards, and I got absolutely screwed. But if you listen to the show, you hit that, and I think that's just going to keep being the play. If we look at his stat lines the last couple weeks, hold on a second, let me pull it up. Last week, 4 receptions, 114 yards. 4 might be one too many receptions. Dolphins, 2 receptions, 67 yards. Bears, 4 receptions, 150 yards. We see that Jordan Love is throwing these deep balls, and Christian Watson is the benefactor of those. He's the one that's running the route down the field, and he's the target that Jordan Love is looking for. I would go back to that because I don't like a side. I don't like a total. I would take a lottery ticket on Christian Watson under receptions over receiving yards because he's the deep ball target.
Do you like the under here? 46.5, I think it is. Packers and Seattle both been good against the run. I feel like, I don't know, there's not much success on the ground that could bleed some clock. Is that too low for you?
I would think the opposite.
Because they'll have to throw the ball?
Yeah.
I have the under circled, and you touched on I circled it on my notes. I don't know if I'll end up taking it, but Connor, you'd brought up, and I actually posted about it. The last 4 weeks, the Seahawks lead the league in EPA per drop back allowed. Now, granted, they've played Arizona twice, they played the Jets, and they played a banged-up 49ers team, so it's like, how much does that matter? And the Packers have been great per drop back. I think they lead the league with almost 0.4 EPA per drop back. So it's like a unstoppable force meets a movable object, and it's, what are we going to do here? So I'm going to stay away aside from the Christian Watson stuff.
Can I do a dumb football brain take?
Yes.
I think Geno and Jordan Love are just like slightly better versions of Jameis Winston. Like if we just turn the crazy meter down a little bit on Jameis, we would get Geno and Jordan Love.
It's not crazy, especially with Geno. Geno, you don't know what you're going to get sometimes. You get in the red zone, and he drops back, and you're clenching your cheeks if you're a Seahawks fan.
And I think that's what it comes down to in this game is sometimes with Jordan Love, too, you go, One game, he looks like the best quarterback in this league. The next game, you go, he's a starting quarterback in this league. What is happening here? Like 1 in every 4 or 5
Sean Clifford
games.
be that much worse?
Yeah.
I hit the wrong button again. I'm sorry. I hit the wrong button again. I was supposed to hit mute.
He thought we were talking about Clifford the big red dog, didn't he?
Got that
Yeah,
dog.
I actually
I didn't
said
mean
that.
to do that. I seriously
Yeah, there
didn't.
you
I'm
go.
sorry.
But
We're
anyhow,
gonna have to
I think it just
reassess.
comes down to which quarterback limits the turnovers in this game because, and I would lean towards Jordan Love in this spot, but I don't feel comfortable taking -3 on the road in Seattle. It's going to be a hostile environment. I lean Packers, but I would not take a side in this game whatsoever.
man.
No outcome in this game would shock me. I don't think.
No. If you told me
You can tell me
31-13, yeah.
You can tell me the Packers won by 3 touchdowns or Geno threw for 400 yards, and I'd be like, okay.